Well, it's 5:30, it's Melbourne Cup Day, and it's been blowing about 20 knots all night from the south-southeast, so I'm just going to go for a walk over the other side of the marina and have a look to see what the sea state is, but without even doing that I think it's going to be pretty ordinary, so I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere today. Okay, decisions. We've still got about 17, 18 knots of wind blowing here, and it's from the wrong direction. It's coming out of the east. I've got to head pretty well south, so it's not going to be much fun, but I've decided that I'm going to head down to the Narrows. I've probably got about 3 hours of travel to do, and it's going to be very uncomfortable, but I just went up and had coffee, and I was trying to plan some other things and it doesn't work out. I was thinking about hiring a car and doing some stuff, but that's not going to happen, so I might as well start heading towards Gladstone. I want to get my Starlink sitting down there waiting for me so I can go and pick that up, and I'm going to do 2 or 3 hours of pretty ordinary travel on the way down. But anyway, I thought I was in the middle of Bass Strait probably 6 months ago, and it was pretty rough then too, so I should be able to handle it. But just got to toughen up a bit sometimes, but not really the weather I enjoy doing it in. Anyway, we'll get the boat ready and get organised to head out. Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat, and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't. Okay, out into the crap. Here we go. Wind's nearly straight out of the east, and we'll slam a little bit going this way, but when we get up around the corner here, we'll put these seas on our beam a bit, and it should be probably more uncomfortable but less slamming. In these conditions, I'm just off on the revs a bit, down about probably 350 on cruising revs, but don't want to be driving into these short, sharp ones. That's when it gets real uncomfortable. Not too bad just at this rev range, and when we get it a bit round to side on, I might be able to open them up a bit, but we'll just play it by ear. A couple of hours of this, or 3 hours of this, shouldn't be too bad. She's a very dry boat, like even punching into this, there's nothing really coming over the front, so that's always good. Hate getting the windows wet. When you're heading to windward in a catamaran especially, it's pretty important that you get your speed right. So I'd usually be travelling at 5.5, 6 knots with the wind behind me, but I'm down to about 3.5 to 4 knots going into it. If I tried to do that 5 or 6 knots, I'd be driving the boat into the waves and into the troughs, and it would be very uncomfortable. It would be hard on the boat and it would be hard on the crew. So just by slowing down a bit, I've got plenty of time to get down there for the tide anyway, so just by slowing down that extra couple of knots, that makes everything a little bit easier when you're heading into a seaway like this. So this is Wedge Island out here. I plotted a course from Pelican Island to Sea Hill, and Wedge is okay. There's a blue zone around that. We can travel through that, but if you look up in front of us, the island you can see up there is called Peak Island, and there's a pink zone around Pink Island. Now, you're not allowed to take your boat through that pink zone. You're not allowed to even travel through it. So totally protected area. So when we get up there, I'm just going to make really sure I stay outside that pink zone. It's pretty well marked on the chart, and if you get the paper charts that National Parks put out, it's well defined on that as well. But just be aware, you're not allowed to even drive through it. No anchoring or fishing or any sort of water activities around it, but you're not allowed to drive your boat through that pink area. Sea Hill you can see in front of us, the entrance to the Narrows. We've just got a bit of a sandbank on the right hand side of us we've got to get round, and once we get around that I can bear away and head towards Mount Larkin, you can see in the distance, and that'll give us a bit better speed, and we'll start to pick up a bit of tide too. So here in pretty good time to get up to the cattle crossing and get through the shallow part. I think should be good. I'm not going to film going through the Narrows because I've done this about 3 times this season. So if you want to have a look at the trip through the Narrows, check it out up here. I'll put a link to the video. But I'm here in good time. High tide at the cattle crossing, which is the shallowest part, is at 5:44. That'll give me nearly 3 hours to get up there. So I should be there just about the right time to make the passage through. It's been a bit of an ordinary trip across, but we're getting into calm water now, and I'll get through the shallow part out on the other side and probably anchor up there for the night. I'm not sure what's going on there. It looks like they might be just recovering a buoy that's gone missing, I'd say. Looks like it's a dolphin or a buoy that's probably broken free from its mooring or anchor. I don't want to turn the boat round and run downwind, so I'll just get it in a little bit at a time. Wound up pretty tight. I'll have to address that later. waited about an hour for the tide, and pretty well high tide now, and there's 5 or 6 boats heading through, so well, we're through the Narrows. Had plenty of water, and even my mate Pete came through with 2.2 metres, so good for him to get through it. And what I'm going to do now is just get up in the lee of the land here. I don't think I'm going to go all the way down to Graham Creek. I'll just get in deeper water once we're past the Black Swan, and then I'll get into the lee of the land and drop the anchor and have some dinner, fall into bed. Been a long day. Well, it was good to get that trip out the way yesterday. A very calm night here in the Narrows. We're just north of Gladstone now, so I'm going to have a bit of breakfast, leisurely brekkie, and head down through the port. I'll go into the marina. I've got my Starlink package to pick up there. I don't think I'm going to get a berth in the marina. It's full at the moment, so I'll probably get a bit of fuel, and I can go up and get the package from the fuel dock, and then I'll have to make other arrangements. So the plan B is to probably head down to the Boyne River, and I can hop into there for a day or two and do some shopping. And the weather's looking pretty good for doing a bit of reef exploration on the way south, so we'll just see how that pans out. Anyway, first order of business today is brekkie. Yeah, okay, no worries. All right, David, look, thanks very much for that. Yep, and enjoy that Starlink, all right? Okay, mate, I'll see you later on. Thanks, bye. Well, that was David from the marina. He's saying he's enjoying my Starlink, so I've got the parcel to pick up there. They've organised, they're very full at the moment. Marinas are getting pretty hard to come by, marina berths, so they've made, they're going to make room for me on the quarantine berth, so I'll be able to use that. So I'm going to up anchor now and head up to the marina and pick up Starlink. Woohoo! It's going to be a bit muddy, so we'll just leave that hang there for a little while. boat's going to need a good wash off when we get to the marina. A lot of salt from smashing into it yesterday. Gladstone is a very busy commercial port. You should contact VTS on channel 13 when you enter the port and monitor 13 while travelling through it.
All marina traffic, vessels inbound.
And of course, stay clear of ships and commercial traffic. After taking on fuel, we move to our berth for the night, the customs berth. Well, this is pretty exciting. The reason I'm here, of course, is to pick up my Starlink package. So that should be fantastic. Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Here we go, here's your key.
Yep.
And...
Okay, and can you just, I've got to get that parcel.
Oh, yes. Starlink. Okay. Who wanted to take it home? There we go.
Thanks very much for that. In the next episode, we try to set Starlink up, but have a few dramas. See you next week, dudes.